Thank you for joining. But so far, I have 0 viewers. Um, I just came over from TikTok. My name is Joyce Fields, and I'm 81 years old, and I do lives. I used to do TikTok lives 6 days a week. I did over 500 TikTok lives. Now I'm on YouTube. TikTok changed its rules and stuff, and I won't be able to follow them. They're too strict. They're like limiting freedom of speech and stuff. So I'm now on YouTube, and this is my second week. This is my 6th day. I started on YouTube, doing my YouTube lives on September 1st, this past Monday. And so it's 1 week ago today. And it's a struggle. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. I'm still on TikTok. I post every day, but I no longer do my lives on TikTok. And so I have over 54,000 followers. Well, no, I think it's 53.7, okay? So, and I'm just trying to get my subscribers up. Now, followers, TikTok, subscribers, YouTube. But subscribing on TikTok, you have to pay. And subscribing here on YouTube is free. So, and that's another reason why. And I was told that TikTok is going to be raising the subscription price. So I didn't care for that. And that was one of the reasons, not one of, that was the reason why every Sunday I used to do 2 videos for my subscribers only, because they had to pay for a subscription. So I wanted to give them some extra value for what they were paying. And so every Sunday I did 2 videos for my subscribers only, where I read or chose a quote from one of the books that I wrote, and it's entitled My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages, and it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. I coined my first quote when I was 15, so, and I'm 81 now. Thanks for joining. Can you tell me how you learned that I was live? Can you tell me, hi, did a message come to you, or were you just scrolling through and I was in your feed? Can y'all tell me how? I want to know. Now, I just came over from, I used to do my lives on TikTok. My name is Joyce Fields. I'm 81 years old, and I share advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life. So hang with me, y'all. Just scrolling. Okay. Now, if you want to know, good. I'm thankful. Thank you for telling me that. If you want, hang with me if you want to know 4 pillars. The 4 pillars, those are the things that I discuss in my lives. Hang with me if you want to know how you can contribute to making the world a better place, and it doesn't cost you 1 cent. So hang with me if you want to know how to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Hang tight with me if you want to know how to increase your level of patience. Hang with me if you want to know how to stay calm. And hang with me if you want to know the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever. So stay tuned and watch my lives Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific time right here on YouTube. I used to be on TikTok, and I did over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives, y'all, because I love sharing the advice that I share with y'all. I live by this advice. I'm 81 years old. I live a virtually stress-free life. That's what I tell my man on a regular basis. And I'm going to tell y'all how you can do it too. And it starts with a positive attitude. I'm going to tell you how to do that. I'm going to tell you how to increase your level of patience, yourself. If it wasn't taught to you, you can teach it to yourself. And I'm going to tell you how to stay calm. And I'm also going to tell you the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, all of those ugly things that can be inside of you. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Now, the advice that I share, the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. A lot of y'all are making a lot of choices and decisions that are creating a lot of difficulty in your life. So I'm going to tell you how you can undifficult your life. The 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Pillar number 2, and I'm going to tell you how you do that. Pillar number 2 is increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I'm going to tell you exactly how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers. And if you are raising toddlers, you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Excuse me. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. Now, throughout my lives, I do what I call helpful hand visuals. And I call them that because during one of my TikTok lives earlier this year, I've done over 500 of them. One of the viewers that I had, her name is Jessie Knott, I'll never forget it. And she said, these visuals are so helpful, quote, these visuals are so helpful, unquote. That's what she said. Now, the visuals that she was talking about, gestures that I do with my hands in combination with the words coming out of my mouth, I call them helpful hand visuals because that's what she identified them as. These visuals are so helpful, so I call them helpful hand visuals. So I do the gesture with my hand, the words coming out of my mouth in combination with that gesture, the helpful hand visual, will communicate philosophies, examples, concepts, all kinds of stuff from my mind to y'all's mind. That is the gift that the universe has given me, one of the gifts. The universe gave everybody gifts. Now, I don't know what you call your higher power. I call it either God or the universe. When I say God, I'm talking about the universe. When I say the universe, I'm talking about God. So whatever you call your higher power, it gave all of us gifts. And that is one of mine. I am able to use my hands as well as the words coming out of my mouth to communicate that to y'all. And you'll see it. When you see it, you'll believe it. And I do these helpful hand visuals throughout my lives, y'all. But the one that I do for pillar number 3, stay calm, that's pillar number 3, stay calm. The one that I do for that pillar, when I did it the first time, it was this year that I did it. And I did my first TikTok live on November 15th, 2023. So I told y'all I've done over 500 TikTok lives. So I'm not doing lives on TikTok anymore. Now I'm doing my lives here on YouTube because TikTok implemented some more rules and stuff. I won't be able to follow them. So that's why I'm over here on YouTube. And I'm trying to build my subscribers because the advice that I share, I live the advice that I share. I tell y'all this because I know that it works. I am 81 years old, or 81 years wiser, as I was recently told. Hi, Leo. I'm 81 years old, and I have been using this advice since I was about 10 years old. That's a long time. So I know that it works, and I'm sharing it with y'all in the hopes that you will implement what I am sharing and undifficult your life. You see, it always gets back to that, undifficult your life. So spread the word, y'all, tell your family and friends that are up or interested. If you want to make contributions to the world, if you want to help to make the world a better place, the 4 pillars that I share, Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. There are only 2 attitudes. I'm going into the pillars now. There are only 2 attitudes that you can have. Just 2. That's it. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. I don't think you choose to have a negative attitude. If you don't have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a choice that you make. If you don't have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude. It's like it is a default. When you don't choose, you deliberately choose to have a positive attitude. It's a choice. It's a conscious choice. It's an on-purpose choice. You have to choose to have a positive attitude. And the way you choose to have a positive attitude is you write a program. And the way you write a program is you say it out loud. Say it out loud. And I don't care who's around you, because you'll get a chance to spread positivity. Now, here's what you say out loud, and you'll understand why I say you'll get a chance to spread positivity. Say it out loud. Here's the program that you write. In order to develop and maintain a positive attitude, you must write a program. In order to write a program, you must say it out loud. And when you say it out loud, this is what you say. This is your program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Hey, mute mime. Hello. Thanks for joining. Oh, yeah, Jesse. I am, I reference you almost every live I do, Jesse. So I am an honorary grandma to a whole lot of people. So yes, I will be your internet grandma. Okay. So now, I was telling y'all, positive attitude. There's a choice. You choose. You deliberately must choose to have a positive attitude. And I told you, here's the way you choose to have one. You say it out loud. And a lot of people will say, you say it in your mind. No, 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 no. Joyce Fields said, say it out loud. You see? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I talk about you every live I do just about. So say it out loud. Now, when you say it only in your mind, that's one element. It's one element. When you say it out loud, that's 3 elements that you're involving. You speak the words out of your mouth. You hear the words with your ears. Thank you, Jesse. And it gets plastered into your psyche. Yeah, for real. 1 element when you say it in your mind only. 3 elements when you say it out loud. And here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And when you say that and really mean it, now you can't expect 100%. Nobody has 100% a positive attitude 100% of the time. And nobody has a negative attitude 100% of the time. You see? Hey, Chuck. So, but you say it out loud, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That means from now on, you say from now on. That means I don't care what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago or yesterday or last week or last year, doesn't matter, because you're saying in your program that you are saying out loud, from now on. You get it? From now on, all the way through the rest of my life, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And that is why I say the rest of your life, that's what you're going to be doing, because that's what it takes to maintain it. You don't just develop it and then drop it. You see? You got to work on developing it and maintaining it. Okay? Okay, that's fine. That's their problem. Yeah, that's all you say to them. Hey, that's your problem. Honey. I'm going to be Nothing makes me angry. Don't give people the ability, the power to make you angry. That means they are controlling your emotions, not you. Don't do that to yourself. I take great pride in the fact that nobody can make me angry. No matter what they say or do, they cannot make me angry. I reserve my anger to use it as I choose to use it. You see? So don't allow other people. That means they are controlling your emotions. And a lot of people just do that for the hell of it, to watch you come unglued. You see? So don't give them the satisfaction. And make that announcement. Yeah. Make that announcement, damn it. So I don't cuss on my lives, y'all. So damn it ain't no cuss word. I cuss like a sailor. I couldn't wait to cuss. Both my parents cussed. So both my parents, I couldn't wait to cuss. But I say a lot of stuff that they didn't say, okay? I say it all. But like I said, I consider my lives to be public, okay? Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Stay with me. I'm going to say some things that I know will help you. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, don't give anybody that kind of power. So nobody can make me angry. I don't care what they say or what they do. So trolls come on my live, you know? So that's y'all's word. I'm 81 years old. I never heard that word, trolls. So they come on my live, but they don't get any satisfaction. Because I've heard it and seen it all. Okay, just about. Enough to not allow that kind of mess to bother me. So I think that trolls, and if you're on here and you're thinking about trolling me, don't bother. It's a waste of time. I think that trolls have a very sad existence. The universe or God, whatever you call your higher power, put breath into all of us. And trolls are using it in very, very ugly, disrespectful ways, you see? So that doesn't bother me. It reflects on the troll. Yes, you see? So, hey, Shells. So that doesn't bother me. So I get trolls every live that I do. But those are the kind of people that truly need to listen to what I have to say, the advice that I have to share. You understand? So now don't think about trolling me because it doesn't work. It doesn't bother me. The supreme being is looking at you, not me. Okay. So now, I was telling y'all about positive attitude. When you have a positive attitude, all kinds of portals, good portals, open up to you. When you have a negative attitude, doors, windows, everything is shut. See, when you have a negative attitude, I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. But remember how I told you that you develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here's the program that you write. I'm still going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. The program that you write, you say it out loud. Here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I couldn't sleep last night. I finally got out of bed and started reading some line of Serenity again. Oh, wow. Did it help? I hope it did. So here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. And mean it. From the depths of your soul, mean it. I'm feeling a sneeze coming on. You know how sometimes they come on and then they go away. And I'm trying I'm trying to talk myself through it now, but it's I don't know if it's gone. So it's gonna probably come back. So and I don't know how to sneeze, so I don't have that much practice sneezing. So now, oh, wonderful. I'm very glad. Oh, I got to take a screenshot of the response. So I'll cut off that other one. Okay. So now, like I was saying, I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Yeah, you heard that correctly. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's what a negative attitude looks like. These are the people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. Now, in the meantime, this is a helpful hand visual. Thank you, Jesse Knott. And these are positive elements flying through the universe. Positive elements are constantly flying through the universe. You see? So constantly flying through the universe, but they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. When you write your program, when you say these words out loud, here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. When you mean that and you say those words out loud, this is what happens. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you. 1, 2, 3. Here's what happens, y'all. Now, you see that? What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. Did you see that? Did I communicate that effectively, y'all? Come on, give me some responses. Yeah, that's your mind. So, come on, give me some responses. Did I convey that? Oh, wonderful. Well, oh, that is such a good answer. That really tells me a lot. Thank you so much. Wonderful. So you see what was flying over your head because you had a negative attitude. Now, I'm also going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life. I'm still waiting on responses if you're going to, okay, thank you, Shells. If that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude, and it might be you. Now, the words that I'm going to read are like identifiers of personality traits or personality characteristics, okay? So a lot of y'all have negative attitudes and you may or may not even know that you do. Now, if any of these words describe some of your personality, hey, Famida, it's a pretty name. So here are the words. Now, I'm going to remind you, if these words really describe you or your personality, any or all of them, there is always hope because I told you a positive attitude is a choice that you make. It's a choice. And you can choose at any point in your life. As a matter of fact, the program that you write says, from now on, you see? So now here, I'm going to tell you a lot of stuff that's going to help you, everybody, Padmas. So now here are the words. And like I said, it could be describing you or your personality, but there's hope because a positive attitude is a choice. Thank you. Take these screenshots, y'all, because my man is sleeping right now, and he loves when I read these screenshots to him. We have been together for 68 years. We've been married for 58 years, and I'll tell you about that if I have enough time. So, but now, here are the words that are going to help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And there's always hope because a positive attitude is a choice that you make. It's a deliberate choice, so you can choose to have a positive attitude. Okay, now, here are the words, finally. Anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, thank you, Padmas, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Resentment and holding grudges. Infertility. Lord have mercy. I don't know where that came from. It's inferiority. I saw infer, and then I just automatically put tility on it. Okay, erase that mess. Inferiority. Okay. Lies and dishonesty. False pride. Superiority. And ego. Okay. Now, the very first word is anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? Hey, Leo. People who are angry. Are you the one who is full of anger? Who is angry? That is negative. Yeah. Sometimes I tickle myself, Shells. That's negative. To be full of anger, to be angry, that's negative. It's ugly, okay? Now, resentment and holding grudges. Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one who is full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative. But I'm going to come back to that one because that's a biggie. Always has been. How about lies and dishonesty? Do you know people who lie, who are dishonest? Are you the liar? Are you the dishonest one? Good morning. That is negative too. But I also told y'all that there's a choice. You can make a choice anytime you choose to do so. Okay. So now back up to resentment and holding grudges. If you are full of resentment and if you hold grudges against other people, I'm going to tell you something that you probably never heard before, and that is this. You are living in the past. That's right. You are living in the past because you are holding on to something in the present that happened in the past. It happened. Happened, past tense. There is nothing that the people who did that to you can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it. It happened. You must forgive them. You absolutely must forgive them. I don't care who it was or what they did. You absolutely have to forgive them because you're holding on to resentment and grudges. Hey, Michael, is not working against them. It's working against you. Here's what I call all of these things: anger, lying, dishonesty, resentment, and holding grudges, and guilt. I call them the uglies. And the uglies damage the person who holds on to them. You hear me? You're damaging yourself. When you hold resentment against others and you hold grudges against others, or resentment towards them, but grudges against. So no, you are damaging yourself. You are you're building what I call an invisible internal burden on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on everything about your body. And if you open your eyes and look around you, just open your eyes and look around you. Look at the people that you know are full of resentment. Look at the people that you know are holding grudges against others. It might be you, okay? Typically, not everybody, but when you hold that kind of ugliness inside of you, it puts you into bad health. A lot of those people are on pharmaceutical medications for different things. A lot of those people are not aging well. When you hold on to ugliness, it damages you. It does not do anything to the person you're holding the resentment towards or the grudges against. You understand? It's not doing anything to them. It is damaging you. That's the way it works. If you hold on to it, it does damage to you. That makes sense. They're not holding on to it, and maybe they're holding on to something else, you know? But look around you. A lot of these people that are on all of these pharmaceutical medications, I'm 81 years old. My man is 81 years old. He'll be 82 this month. So he'll be 82. And neither one of us is on any pharmaceutical medications. I took my blood pressure a little while ago, and I don't normally take it. But we got that machine, you know. So I was just thinking, what is, I don't feel any, my blood pressure was 112/73. I don't know if that's low. So ideally it's 120/80. But nothing bothers me. Nothing gets me upset, angry, or anything like that. So now where was I? I was talking about holding grudges. Okay, yeah, there. So most of the time, hey, thanks, Padmas. I get it back. I remember where I was. So, but now holding grudges. You must forgive them. I don't care what it was or who it was. And a lot of people will tell you to forgive and forget. Hell no. Hell to the no. You don't ever forget. Not ever. And I can't say never, ever enough times. Never, ever, never, ever, never, ever forget. You keep it on the stove, on the back burner. Yeah. Oh, really? 120/80 is hypertensive? Oh, my God. Oh, okay. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Shells. Thank you. So now, keep it on the back burner, y'all, but don't ever forget. You'd be a fool to forget what was done to you. So, but you must forgive. Now, like I told y'all, I'm 81 years old. When I was coming up, there was no such thing as a text message, no such thing as email, voice call, hey, Kyle, none of that stuff. So I'm saying that to say this. You can forgive by using any of those, you can forgive through a text message or whatever. But there's also a way to forgive if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with those people, nothing to do with them. Yeah, pre-hyper. Oh, okay. Wow, I got to tell Pap that. Yeah, we didn't know that. Okay. So if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them, you can forgive them by saying it out loud to the universe. Thanks, Michael. By saying it out loud to the universe. Now, I always preface it by telling y'all this. The universe was there when the mess happened to you. You got to think about that. The universe was there. It knows whatever you call your higher power. It knows. Now, I had an atheist on here yesterday. Doesn't matter if you're an atheist or not. I hope that you know that something controls whether or not you breathe, whether or not you take your next breath, So I don't know what you call it or how you put it in your head, but something allows you to take your next breath. So now that's what I recognize, but to each his own. I respect whatever your thoughts are. No, Pat's birthday is this month. He'll be 82. And so where was I? I'm talking about, the universe was there when it happened to you. It saw it, it heard it, it knows. You got that? No, that's not the case. If you're holding there's no conditions on forgiving anybody. Yeah. So there's no conditions on forgiving anybody. That is totally not true. There's no conditions. You forgive for yourself. You understand? Because when you hold on to resentment or you hold grudges, it works against the person who holds on to the resentment, who holds on to the grudges. It works against you. You must forgive them in order to set yourself free. When you hold grudges or resentment against anybody, it sets up an internal, invisible burden on your soul, on your spirit. And I'm going to go farther, and then I'm going to show you some examples for why I say that. Now, you must forgive. I don't care who it was or what they did. You have to forgive them. If you don't forgive them, you're creating problems for yourself. You'll go into bad health. You will not age gracefully. You understand? So, now, if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them, now I want to tell you this too. I say this in all of my lives, and it shakes a lot of people up, and I'm sure it will shake some of you up. I got 13 people on here according to YouTube, and I would love to see my, whatever it is called, viewers or whatever, love to see this number grow. So now, the universe sees, whatever you call your higher power, it sees everything that you do, and it hears everything that you say, and it knows your thoughts. Now, when I say that, it typically shakes up a lot of people on my lives. So now, did that shake any of y'all up to the point where it brought it to your consciousness that the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, reads your thoughts right now? Now, did my saying that bring it to the forefront of anybody's consciousness, to the point where they're going to really be aware of what they do and say and think? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Come on, give me some responses. Good. Thank you, Padmas. I'm hoping that it will bring everybody into, hi, yes, it will bring everybody into, oh, thanks, Shells, into the consciousness that the supreme being, whatever you call your higher power, sees everything you do and hears everything you say and can read your thoughts. Who do you think gave you the mind? Or what do you think gave you the mind, you know? So now, here's what I'm getting ready to say. You can forgive by saying it to the universe. So you can forgive by saying it to the universe. And here is what you say. And I don't care who's around you when you say it out loud. You can have another opportunity to spread positivity. Okay, and use your hand the way that I'm going to use mine. That symbolizes touching spirit or touching the universe. Because here's what you say out loud. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat that. Use your hand as well. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. That is the way you do it. The universe was there when it happened. The universe knows what you're forgiving. Now, I've got 4 examples to tell y'all about that has happened on my lives when I was doing my TikTok lives. These 4 examples. The first one, the young lady, she said, I forgave my dad like that. And I immediately burst into tears. The second young lady said, I forgave myself like that. You can forgive yourself. The universe knows what you did too. Okay. And I immediately burst into tears. The third one was a young man who said that he forgave. I don't remember who he forgave, himself or others. It could be both. You can forgive yourself and others as well. And he felt a spirit shift. He felt his spirit shift. That's what happened to him. Those three, especially the two that burst into tears, they burst into tears because, like I told y'all, when you hold on to that ugliness, when you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold on to grudges against other people, it creates pressure inside of your soul, inside of your spirit. You don't even know. It becomes a part of your personality, you know? So you don't even know it. When they said they forgave her, she forgave her dad, she forgave herself, and he forgave others, but those two especially burst into tears. The reason why is because the heaviness of carrying that stuff creates internal pressure, like I was saying. And the Shelster calls it a pressure release valve. And here's what happens when you forgive, when you say, universe, I forgive such and such, or so and so for doing such and such, it goes like this. You see? That is what happens. And you immediately sense a whole ton of relief coming off of your spirit. You didn't even know you were carrying it. So that is what happens. Now, if you're on TikTok, go over to TikTok. I have, on TikTok, my username is JJ, the letter J, Fields, Fields, and the number 7. And go over there, and I post a lot of the comments that people make. And I post the little snippets of people coming up as guests speaking on the advice that I share. So check that out. But that was 3. I told you I had 4 examples for you. The fourth one is a user by the name of Patricia. Patricia had been watching my lives for a while, and she had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. Over 40 years, y'all. She had been holding a grudge against her mother. She forgave her mother. Now, that's 40 years worth of Mother's Days, birthdays, all of that, you know. So this Mother's Day, they spent it together. She forgave her mother, probably long before Mother's Day. But they spent Mother's Day together. And she came up as a guest on my live. And oh my goodness, it just warmed my heart so much to know that the advice that I share had done that. I got so full. I didn't boo-hoo, but I just really got full. And y'all can imagine, you know. So you must forgive because, like I said, it creates an internal invisible. You don't even know you're carrying it. So get rid of that unforgiveness. It's for your sake. You're not letting anybody off the hook. You're letting yourself off the hook. But don't ever forget. Forgive, but don't ever forget. You got that? Okay. So now I'm going to tell you something else that you probably didn't know. I'm going to ask you this question. Here's the question. And I really only want the answers that say no. If you already know this, you've been on my lives before, you already know, don't respond. Just sit there and smile knowing that you know the answer already, okay? So now here is the question I'm going to ask you. You probably never heard this before. You ready? Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. A ratio. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? And I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, how you use it, and all of that. Okay? Come on, give me some responses. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? I told you nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. Thank you, Hermione. And nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. You're going to love this, Hermione, and anybody else that will respond no. Come on, give me some responses. Okay, Kyle, I already said I only want no responses that say no. Okay, give me some more responses, y'all. No, I want no responses or responses that say no. Come on. YouTube says I got 15 people on here, so thank you, Hermione. Anybody else says no? Yeah, Kyle. Okay, come on. Anybody else says no? All right, Hermione. This is for you, Hermione, and anybody else that's saying no, but they're not typing it in. Now, this is what a ratio is. Now, nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, we have a ratio. We live our lives by a ratio. And if you don't know that you live your life by a ratio, you probably lean more towards the negative attitude. I said probably, okay? Now, here's what a ratio is. It is a simple tool, a very simple tool that will definitely, you heard that? Will definitely help you to better control your life. I'm going to repeat that. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. You set your own ratio. You control it. If you set it too high, you can lower it. If you set it too low, you can raise it. My ratio, now when I tell you this, that's going to help to clarify it even more. My ratio is 80-20. That means 80% of the time I'm happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time I can be, I didn't say I was happy, I can be okay being in the negative attitude mode. You see? So my ratio is 80-20. Some people on my lives have said that their ratio is going to be 75-25. I don't own 80-20, so you can choose 80-20 as well if that suits you. Some people have said 60-40. So that's positive to negative. 75% positive, 25% negative. So that's the way they see it. 60% positive, 40% negative. So mine is 80-20. That means 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. And I told y'all how you write a program to develop and maintain a positive attitude. You just say it out loud. And here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Doesn't matter where your attitude was 5 minutes ago, or yesterday, or last week. Doesn't matter. You say out loud, from now on. That means from this point forward. You see? I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's all you have to do. Say that out loud. So I honor 80% of the time. My ratio is 80-20. And 80% of the time, I honor, thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time, I do what is fair, what is right, what is just, what is considerate, what is kind, all of those positive traits. That's what I do 80% of the time. Over to the negative part of my ratio, and you can choose 80-20 as well. 20% of the time, I am okay being in the negative attitude mode. But that negative attitude mode can never include physical abuse. You cannot hit people. You cannot throw things. It can never include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice, and I did. So the third thing is you cannot say anything to anybody in an ugly tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. That's very important. So in that negative attitude mode, there are three things you cannot do. You cannot be physically abusive to anybody. You can't hit people, and if you're doing it, you got to stop. You cannot throw things. If you're doing it, you got to stop. If you're developing and maintaining a positive attitude, that's no. If you are cussing people out, you got to stop. If you are insulting people, you got to stop. And if you are using ugly tone of voice to other people, you got to stop doing that. In order to develop and maintain a positive attitude, those things are out. They're off the table. Physical abuse, verbal abuse, and ugly tone of voice. So as long as you don't involve any of those things, you're okay. You got that? You're okay. So that is develop and maintain a positive attitude. And the way that you develop and maintain a positive attitude is you write a program. And the way that you write a program is you say it out loud. Here is what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's all you have to say. A positive attitude is a choice. A negative attitude is a default. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude. A positive attitude takes effort, it takes energy, but it's good, fun effort. It's good, fun energy. You have to write that program. You have to say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Just say those words and put your feet on that path. All kinds of good things will start happening to you because you are looking up, not down, not just straight ahead. You're looking up. So all kinds of portals and windows and doors will open up to you when you have a positive attitude. And spirit will come to you when you have a positive attitude. And inner peace will come to you when you have a positive attitude. Here's a negative attitude. Negative attitude. This is you in the form of spirit, in the form of inner peace. Okay? You can't get in through this negative attitude. So you turn and go away. Here's a positive attitude. Thanks, Shells. Here you come in the form of inner peace, in the form of spirit. Not only do you get through, you turn and encompass the whole body of that person. Positive attitude. Now again, imagine this. This is you in the form of spirit, in the form of inner peace. Would you land on a person who has a negative attitude? You're just flitting around. Would you land on the person who has a negative attitude? I sure wouldn't. No way. Too many people out there trying to work on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to land on them. And, yeah, Michael, I'm with you. I wouldn't either. Yes. Oh, I said hi, Michael. So, have a positive attitude. Have a positive attitude. A negative attitude, I can't think of anything good that has ever come from having a negative attitude? Now, I can't think of anything. I don't know if you can or not, but a negative attitude doesn't pay, doesn't get you anything good. I coined this quote many lives ago, y'all, to show y'all the difference between a negative attitude and a positive attitude. Here's the quote. Yeah, subscriptions are free here on YouTube, but they're not free on TikTok. That's another reason why I left TikTok. So what was I at now? Hold on, I got to get it back. Here, the quote. I normally get it back, once I can write something else. I'm not interested, Bob Gamer. I'm only interested in what I'm talking about. The 4 pillars that are going to help you to undifficult your life. Okay, so now, where was I? I was talking. I'm trying to get it back, y'all. I'm rewinding. Sometimes it goes and it doesn't come back. But I'm trying to get it back. So I was talking about, okay, I can go on. I have tons of good stuff, y'all. Tons of it. So I'm still trying, I still like to get it back. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It may creep in at some other point. So now, I was going to tell y'all the quote that I coined. That's right. See, I got it back. Here's a quote that I coined to show y'all the difference between a negative attitude and a positive attitude. Here's the quote. If you develop and maintain a negative attitude, you will increase your chances for suffering consequences. Whereas if you develop and maintain a positive attitude, you will increase your chances for receiving rewards. And I always ask the question, which do you prefer? Yeah, thanks, Chelsea, but I got it back. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. So, which do you prefer? Do you want to continue suffering negative consequences? Yeah, thanks, Chelsea. Or do you want to receive rewards? Okay, it's just that simple. When you have a positive attitude, when you develop and maintain, and it's an ongoing process, y'all. It's a day-to-day thing. That's why you have a ratio. Now, did that ratio that I told y'all about, the 80-20, is fine? Yes. Okay, that's all right. So go ahead on and do that. So that ratio, mine is 80-20. When I told y'all about that ratio, can you use that ratio to help you to better control your life? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. And be quicker with y'all's responses, please. I really would appreciate it if y'all would be a little bit quicker with your responses, because I got to get to the rest of my live. Okay, good, Michael. You say yes. Anybody else? Can you use that? Okay. Well, I'll come back tomorrow, because I go over the 4 pillars every single live that I do. But every single live that I do is different. That's why people keep coming back, And also they keep coming back because they want to hear the 4 pillars repeated. You see, that's what they tell me. And go over to TikTok. If you're on TikTok, my username is JJ, the letter J, Fields, Fields, and the number 7. Okay, I see it, Ashwag. So check out, I have a lot of really good content on TikTok. I still post on TikTok every day, but I do my lives only on YouTube now. So now, where am I going to go from? Okay, I want to tell y'all, Spirit came to me and told me, I already knew about inner peace. I never heard of outer peace. Spirit came to me and told me that there is such a thing as outer peace. I said, huh? Yeah, there's such a thing as outer peace. I had never heard of outer peace before. Spirit explained it to me this way. Spirit said, inner peace is undisturbable. It is indestructible. It cannot be disturbed. It cannot be destroyed. That's inner peace. Once you gain inner peace, and you must have a positive attitude to gain it, to get it, it is sewn into the fabric of your soul, of your spirit. Nothing can bother you when you have inner peace. You deal with things the way they are. You look at it, it exists, you see it, you recognize it, and then you figure out how you're going to deal with it. That's it. It doesn't, it doesn't bother you. So when you have inner peace, nothing bothers you. Nothing can be, no, your inner peace cannot be disturbed. It cannot be destroyed. Outer peace is totally different. Outer peace, let's say you are studying or trying to sleep, and somebody's making noises in the next room or in the same room or down the hall or across the street, whatever. But they are disturbing your peace. And there's even a law on the books. You can call the cops on people who are disturbing the peace. That's your outer peace. It can be disturbed, it can be destroyed, but your inner peace cannot. But you must have a positive attitude in order to gain inner peace. You must have a positive attitude. And I told you all about your ratio. Mine is 80-20. You can use your ratio to better control your life. You truly can. I'm going to show you how you can write a program to change any behavior that you have. This program that I'm going to write is, I'm going to present y'all with a false scenario about my eating 12 cookies. I don't. Okay, so now here is the false scenario. And I'm going to tell you the program that I write to overcome it. Now, this is just an example for y'all to use to see how you can write any programs to overcome any behavior that you have. You cannot change other people's behaviors. I don't care how many programs you write to change their program. You can't do it. You can only change your own behavior. Okay, so now here is the scenario. I eat 12 cookies every day. I don't, okay? I don't want to eat 12 cookies every day. Here is the program that I write. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies, and the next days, weeks, months, whatever, however long, and you're eating 10 cookies. Now, with me having that 80-20 ratio, that just means 80% of the time I'll eat those 10 cookies. 20% of the time, I can go back up to 11 cookies. I can even go back up to 12. But you see, the thing about it is, when you write programs, you will tend to stick to the program the way you wrote it. So 80% of the time, I'm going to do the 10 cookies. 20% of the time, I can go back up to 11. I can even go back up to 12. But I'll feel a certain kind of way, but I'll know that I'm still in that 20%. So you see, did I explain that accurately enough Did I convey that? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Give me some responses. Did I convey that? Did I communicate that accurately enough for y'all that y'all got it? Come on. Come on. Somebody, the YouTube says I got 14 people on here. So come on, give me some responses. Okay, thanks, Michael. Anybody else? Give me some responses, y'all. Anybody else? Okay. All right, I guess nobody, huh? Okay, go Trot. Or Got Rock. Okay. All right, now I'm going to move on to pillar number 2. But before I do pillar number 2, I'm going to let y'all know that not only do I do these lies that are entitled Undifficult Your Life, I am also an author. Go to goodshortbooks.com. There are 11 nonfiction books there. My sister wrote 1, and I wrote 10. I had no clue that I was going to write 10 books, y'all. I wrote my first book on purpose because I'm the oldest of 7, and I wanted to document the way that our parents raised us. So that is a memoir, and I wrote that one in 1997. We all think that, like I said, I'm the oldest of 7. We all think that our parents did a fabulous job of raising their kids. Never any sibling rivalry among us from the day from that time when we were little all the way up to right now. I'm 81 years old. And like I said, I'm the oldest. So I wanted to document the way that our parents raised us. And I was successful in documenting the way that they raised us. This is the very first book that I wrote in 1997, Line of Serenity. It's a memoir. It's all about the way that we were raised. It goes from 1944, that's the year I was born. So I tell y'all all about what we did in 1944 all the way up through 1977. The book goes to 1977. That's the year that our mother became an angel. And so I didn't want the way that our parents raised us to die out when we all died off. My oldest brother, he's already died. He died in 2013. He had lung cancer. But I wrote the book in order to capture the way that they raised us. Oh, no, I don't deal with the paranormal stuff. But I've had miracles happen to me. So I wanted to document the way that they raised us. Yeah, nothing good comes from a negative attitude. That's right. And so I wrote the book. It's 167 pages, which includes 22 pages of pictures. It's a memoir, and it's available at goodshortbooks.com. There are 11 books there. My sister wrote 1, and I wrote 10. And all of them are nonfiction. And like I said, I wanted to document the way that our parents raised us. And I didn't want it to die out when we all died off. And I was successful in doing it. So this book is 167 pages. We have 3 price categories: $7.99, $9.99, and $12.99. This one is $12.99. And it's a memoir that 167 pages includes 22 pages of pictures, because I have pictures of some of the people that I talk about in the book. Yeah, thanks, Shells. And 22 pages of my own recipes. So this is a memoir and cookbook combined. 22 pages of my own recipes. And my man says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant and that I am an incredible cook. So now, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all now, I went through a whole lot to write down these recipes because I'm a country cook. I don't measure. So I would sprinkle stuff in and It's about how much, but hey, people have tested these recipes that are in this book, 22 of them, and they pronounce that they are absolutely, here's the words they say, off the chain. Okay. So my recipes, y'all, I start with desserts. I got banana pudding, I got apple pie. Pap's favorite is strawberry pineapple cream cheese pie. And I got chicken and dressing, macaroni and cheese. I've given my mac and cheese recipe to tons of people. I got that in the book. I got chicken and dressing. I got greens and cabbage, cornbread, mashed potatoes, spaghetti, all kinds of recipes in here. And Line of Serenity. Now, my sister's book is also a memoir. Hers is My 15 Dogs, a 55-year journey of love. It's 59 pages, and it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. If you love dogs, you will absolutely love her book. It'll make you laugh, and it'll make you cry. Yes. Here from TikTok, a.k.a. Brent Cooper's husband. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember Brett Cooper's husband. Yeah, I remember you. Thanks for joining me here on YouTube. Help me spread the word. A lot of people, I only have 15 people here, but hey, I'm going to give y'all the best that I got, okay? So now, those are the two memoirs. And we also have 9 different genres. So that was memoirs. We've got parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales, and my fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a very serious subject. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. So, those are the 9 different genres. Yeah. Okay. So, now that tells y'all about the books. Goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. And they're also available at Amazon.com, but you got to know the title of the books before you can, you got to know the title. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, but if you go to the website, the link is in my profile. You'll see all 11 of the books there, as well as 3 free downloads. I have a download, we have a download on Dear Bully, the anti-bullying pledge. It's free download. We have a free download of My Skin, Your Skin. That's a poem that I wrote for children, and I think it was 2012, to decrease the level of racism and discrimination, okay, and bigotry and all of that. So you teach your children this poem that I wrote, and it's really a simple poem for children. And then the third free download is Kids Are Really Funny. That's an ebook that I wrote, and it's a lot of contributors. I called around to a lot of my friends and relatives and asked them what their kids said or did that was so funny when they were little. And I think you'll get a big kick out of that. It'll make you laugh. So those are the 3 free downloads. The only thing you have to do is put your email in, and let me tell you, we do not do anything else with your email, okay? Nothing. So I don't appreciate the people that do that with my email, so I don't do it to any. That's another thing. I live my life by the golden rule. I wish more people would do that. The golden rule states, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I don't do anything to anybody that I wouldn't want done to me. I don't say anything to anybody that I wouldn't want said to me. You see? Now, this is not something that I had planned to do, but that's one of the things that I love about my lives. They're very spontaneous, okay? I wrote this book, The Limitless Golden Rule. 21 ways to use the golden rule in your life. It's 43 pages, and it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. And I got this out because I want to read you a part of the conclusion in this book. I told you about the using the golden rule. The golden rule states, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And on page 41 of this book, right here, it says, if we all would just treat others the way that we would want to be treated, there would be no room for racism, discrimination, prejudice, bigotry, injustice, or bullying. Using the golden rule would take us a long, long way toward solving the problems of this world. As the title states, the golden rule is, quote, limitless, unquote. I'm sure that everyone can think of many other ways to use it. Let's start now. The golden rule. Don't do anything to anybody you wouldn't want done to you. Don't say anything to anybody you wouldn't want said to you. It's that simple. Now, if all of us would develop and maintain a positive attitude, the world would be a better place. Just develop that, do that. Now, the second pillar is increase your level of patience. I do lives that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And I write books as an author. I write books that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. The books at goodshortbooks.com will inspire you, they will encourage you, they will motivate you, they will entertain you, they will delight you, they will open up your mind to other ways of looking at life, So they're all nonfiction. They all are very affordable, $7.99 to $12.99. And the longest book, goodshortbooks.com, they are all true to the website's name. The longest book we have is Line of Serenity, and the one that I showed you, is 167 pages. Thank you, Padmas. And that includes 22 pages of pictures and 22 pages of my own recipes. And I'm told that I'm a fabulous cook. Okay, so now back to pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. If you're raising toddlers, here's how you teach them patience. When that toddler asks for cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give it to you in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer. Give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Do that several times and use the timer all the way throughout all of this exercise. So do that several times at 5 minutes. Then stretch it to 10 minutes. Do that several times and go all the way up to an hour or more. Not only will you be teaching that toddler how to feel time, now you will be teaching that toddler patience, but you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time. So that toddler won't even realize that it's being taught that. It'll be in the toddler's blood, all the way through the whole core of that toddler. Patience, you see, that's the way you do it. Now, if Spirit came to me and told me this, I'm going to share this exercise with y'all. It'll help you to teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Now, it requires a piece of paper and something to write with. So I'm going to count to 10, and hopefully you can get it and be ready. 1, 2, 3. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drink some water, and then I'll come back and tell you what the exercise is. Excuse me. Wow, Nova Scotia. Yeah, YouTube is all over the world. Here's the exercise. On that piece of paper, write down the time it is right now, wherever you are, no matter the time zone. Write down the time. Put the paper away. At some point later on, doesn't matter how much, So at some point later on, oh, okay, um, try to guess the time it is at that point. And do that many times throughout every day. I don't use a piece of paper and pencil or whatever anymore. I do it automatically. You will stop being surprised by the clock. So you'll look at your watch, and sometimes you look at your watch, and you jump. Okay, no, you won't be doing that anymore because you will have a good sense of what time it is. You see, do that several times every day, and you can teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Can you use that exercise? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Give me some responses. Can you use that exercise? In the meantime, I'm waiting for responses to come in, and I'm going to tell you how you can teach yourself patience if you're 10 years old. Wonderful. Or older. Good. Great. The way you do it is you write a program and you say it out loud. Thank you. Thanks for the responses, y'all. You say it out loud. Here's what you say: I am teaching myself patience. I am increasing my level of patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. And you say that out loud, no matter who's around you, because they may want to join. They may want to say, "Ooh, I'd be interested in how you do that." You see? Spread positivity. Now, here's what you do. If it's something that you are fiending for, make yourself wait. If it's something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for, make yourself wait. Yes, make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, and that happens, that's a fabulous thing to have happen to you because it tells you that you are in better control now. You see? That's what it tells you. Make yourself wait. That is the way you teach yourself patience. Okay? Now, pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is tremendous power in the ability to stay calm. You hear me? Tremendous power. You lose your power when you get angry, frustrated, aggravated, irritated, agitated, all of that stuff. You see? Don't do it. Stay powerful. Stay calm. Now, Spirit came to me and gave me this helpful hand visual. And when I did it in my live this year on TikTok, it blew a lot of people's minds. I did it for Pap. It blew his mind, and it blows my mind too. Spirit comes to me and gives me all of these helpful hand visuals, so they can't miss. You understand? So now, I was talking about staying calm as opposed to becoming angry or aggravated or whatever. So Spirit told me to use the word neurons as well. I had never used the word neurons in any of my lives before. So Spirit told me to use the word neurons. I knew that neurons were a part of the brain, but I didn't have any in-depth knowledge about it. So Spirit told me to do that. And I was talking about staying calm. Here's what your neurons do when you are calm. They are just gliding past each other, communicating with each other. Here's what your neurons are doing when you're calm. I was talking about when you're angry. Spirit gave me this helpful hand visual. When you're angry, check this out, y'all. Look, your neurons are doing like this. So stay calm. Now, that happened in my live. So it was between 4 o'clock and 5:15 when I shut down my live to go into my last part of my live. And so that was AM when I was doing my live. Later on, around 7 or 8 p.m. that same evening, honest to goodness, y'all, I can't remember anything like this happening to me before, where Spirit actually came to me and said, look up what neurons do. I obeyed. I looked it up. I Googled it. But it just blew my mind that the Spirit would say that. So here's what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. Wow. That's why you can't think straight when you're angry. That's why you can't make good decisions when you're upset. That's why you can't make good choices when you're frustrated. All of that stuff, y'all. Your neurons are messed up, which means you're messed up. You got to remember the next time you are becoming angry, yes, remember, look, this is what your neurons are doing. You're angry. Your neurons are really out of whack. Here's what you should. Yes, I'm glad you can relate to it. This is your neurons are communicating with each other, gliding past each other. This is the way your brain should be, your neurons should be. This is what happens. This is not this. Okay. Now, did that helpful hand visual shake y'all up? Come on, I think that Padma's. Okay. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Was that helpful hand visual effective? Did I communicate that effectively, y'all? Come on, give me some responses. YouTube says I got 11 people on here, so come on, give me some responses. Come on, y'all. Now I'm getting ready to go into, oh, wonderful. Good. Thanks, Devin. I'm getting ready to go into pillar number 4, y'all. Pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, whatever ugliness is inside of you. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. 4 words. This too shall pass. This too shall pass, people. Nothing is permanent. We even use the word pass when it comes to death. We'll say she passed yesterday. He passed last year. Nothing is permanent. So the next time that you are getting chewed out by your mama or by your daddy or whomever is chewing you out, the next time, they can't read your mind. They cannot read your mind. So sit there or stand there and be getting chewed out. Okay. So they can't read your mind. Be thinking, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Nothing lasts. No situation, no scenario. Okay, this too shall pass. Remember that. Now, I gave you the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I told you how you do it. You do it by writing a program. And you write a program by saying it out loud. Here's what you say. From now on, I don't care where your attitude was 5 minutes ago, you make the choice. Yes, good, thank you. You make the choice. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That means I don't care where your attitude was 5 minutes ago, you make that choice from now on, okay? Now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. I told you how you do that. You write the program. I am working on increasing my level of patience. I'm working on making myself wait. I'm working on teaching myself patience. All of that. Say it out loud. And if you're 10 years old or older, I told you how you do it. If you're raising toddlers, I told you how to do it. Also, if you're raising toddlers, I highly recommend this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish. Madre Docena. I don't speak Spanish, so I can't say the rest of the title. But Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile, but you can go to goodshortbooks.com. It makes a fabulous gift for expectant parents or parents that are raising toddlers. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. That's for real. It will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. So now that's pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3 is stay calm. There is tremendous power in the ability to stay calm. Remember your neurons. Remember your neurons. I hope I implanted that into your head, You'll see your neurons going out of whack when you start getting upset. There's power in calm. So stay calm. Keep your power. And then pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anything. This too shall pass. Those are the 4 words. Now, I didn't tell you about disturbing your peace. If anybody is disturbing your peace, I want to tell you all this. You should never allow anybody to disturb your peace. That includes your mama. Here's what I suggest you do. Do everything with love and kindness. Everything that you do when it involves other people. Love and kindness. And then when it involves you, be kind and loving to yourself as well. So you have to tell people that they are disturbing your peace. You cannot cuss them out. You have to be kind. You have to be diplomatic. So here's what I suggest. And it's usually people in your family that are doing this. So you tell them, I love y'all dearly, but when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when y'all do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Give them enough time to change their behavior. They are not obligated to change their behavior because you tell them that what they're doing is disturbing your peace or what they're saying is disturbing your peace. They're not obligated. So give them enough time, if they're going to change their behavior, to change it. See if they're going to change it. If they don't change their behavior, then you are obligated to come back to them and say, because you got to protect your peace. You have to protect your peace. If you don't, who will? Say words to this effect. Now, I love y'all dearly. I told y'all that. But I also told y'all, when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Y'all still doing it. That leaves me no choice. I absolutely must protect my peace. So I have to, and I give y'all 3 options. Option 1, love y'all from a distance. Option 2, feed y'all with a long-handled spoon. Option 3, stop coming around y'all. Any of those options is fine. If you come up with a 4th one, that's fine too. But you don't allow people to disturb your peace. Now, if it's your mama, then all of this is after you have written that program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Are you? No, you don't allow that. They're entitled to their, what if they say as response, oh, you are so too sensitive. You think too much in your imagination. They can say whatever they want to say. They can say whatever they want to say. You don't have to respond to that in a negative way. So you can just say, well, be that as it may. This is the way I choose to live my life. So separate yourself from all of that stuff. You see how you can do that? It's very easy. You do not allow external stuff to come into your space. You keep out. And I have a post on my TikTok. I don't know if it's here on YouTube or not. It's called Erect Your Own Force Field. Erect your own force field. So you don't allow that to happen to you. And so you choose what gets into your internal stuff, into your core, you know? So now, if your mama is disturbing your peace, this is all after you have written that program. From now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's after you've written it, okay? So here's your mama disturbing your peace. Here you are getting your peace disturbed. When you write that program that says, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, you raise your frequency. You raise your vibration. Your mama is still down here doing this, but you're up here. You're no longer on this vibration, on this frequency. You're up here on a higher frequency, on a higher vibration. You see? So that's the way you deal with that. Now, I wanted to, my friends act so good when they need something, they need support, but when I need some help, they all act like they can't do anything. We will not, and all. So, okay, so what are you going to do about it? That's up to you. You don't allow people to use you that way. So that's up to you. If you allow it, they're going to do it. So nobody can ride your back if your shoulders ain't bent. You see? You stand up straight, they can't ride your back. So don't allow that to happen to you. So now, I'm getting ready to close my live down now. I'm late too, but I wanted to tell you about this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. I don't answer questions for the most part, y'all, so that's not what I do. The advice that I share will help you to undifficult your life. So I cover a positive attitude, I cover increasing your level of patience, I cover staying calm, and I cover this too shall pass, the 4 words that will get you through anything in this life, okay? So that's what I cover. When you develop and maintain a positive attitude that will help you into wanting to be more calm, patient, all of that, okay? Now, this book is 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. It's 167 quotes that I coined. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. And that quote states, never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. The link is in my profile. Thank you for wanting to purchase it as well. So and I'm going to open up the floor. This book is 90 pages, but this is what's on page 90, the end. And I'm going to read y'all a quote that I coined. Now, I coined my first quote when I was 15. I already said that. Never lose your hope and faith. Now, I'm going to read y'all a quote that I coined in 2011 or 13. And it was for a contest, for a quote contest. And it won as one of 12. It was for a calendar out of over 5,000 entries. Now, I'm going to go till about 540 or 541, thereabouts. So, because I was telling y'all a lot of other stuff. So here's the quote that I coined, and I posted to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. You got that? I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's dream. But do chase your dream, or dreams, some cases. You have more than one. Don't die with your dream not being chased. So now here is, I don't have time to read these long messages, y'all, so I'm trying to rush through. I'm usually through by now. So now, here is, I'm opening up the floor. Y'all can throw out page numbers, and I will read the 2 quotes on that page. Here's the way the book is formatted. The quotes are 2 quotes per page. The quotes are in all caps, separated by a black and white picture. Okay, so throw out some page numbers, and I'll read the 2 quotes on the page to give y'all a taste of what the book is about. So page 20 for Michael. Page 20 at the top. Ignorance of history is ignorance of self. Page 20 at the bottom. What can you do to make the world a better place? You can implement the 4 pillars in your life. Okay? Can you live by those quotes, y'all? All right, page 14 for Devin. At the top of page 14, anger is energy. If used wisely, the anger will disappear and you'll be left with something positive. You see? At the bottom of page 14, a lover of animals is typically a kind person. Can y'all use those quotes? Okay, page 27, and I think this is going to be the last one. Up. Page 27, this is for Devin. At the top, education reveals, ignorance conceals. At the bottom of page 27, love is a state of heart. In love is a state of mind. Can y'all use those quotes? My book is entitled, My Simple Quotes to Live By. I want to thank y'all for joining my live. I do them Monday through Friday here on YouTube at 4 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you. So come back tomorrow, and I hope that y'all will implement the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I told you how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Okay, thanks, Devin. And I told you how you do that if you're 10 years old or older. I also told you how you do it when you're raising toddlers. I also recommended this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It makes a great gift. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. There's tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. Keep your cool, y'all. Stay calm. You lose your ability. You lose your power when you lose the ability to stay calm. Don't lose your power. And then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words. This too shall pass. Those 4 words will immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, all of that stuff, okay? So I'm over time right now, y'all, so I'm at 5:43. I usually am off by 5:35, but I had some more stuff to say. Thanks for joining my live, and I hope that y'all will implement the 4 pillars in your life and spread the word. The world will be a whole lot better place when everybody, not everybody, can't be everybody. If more people developed and maintained a positive attitude, the world will be a whole lot better place if more people increase their level of patience. The world would be a whole lot better place if more people stayed calm. And the world would be a whole lot better place if more people remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, all of that stuff. This too shall pass. Okay? Thank y'all for joining. Come back tomorrow. Later, y'all.